Hi guys, it's Hani here, and today I'm going to show you how to make these colorful spiderweb cookies. These are great for Halloween. This design is inspired by pop art and I put my own Halloween twist on it. So I added some colorful spiders, and even though I'm not a fan of spiders, I love how these turned out and I hope you do too. For all the recipes, you can find these on my blog, hanielas.com. And now let's get started with today's tutorial. First, I'm going to make those colorful royal icing spiders. These can be made ahead of time. On top of my template, I placed a piece of wax paper, and now I'm piping small dots of royal icing directly onto the wax paper. I'm using technique that I picked up from Korean's cookies, and it's great technique, especially if you're experiencing cratering in your royal icing. These little dots, we're going to let these crust and they will act as supports. So the icing that we pipe on top of it is not going to sink in and you won't have a crater or a dimple in your royal icing. I'm still using icing that is pretty thick because I want my spiders to be puffy. And we're going to pipe the spider's abdomen first, and then we have to let it crust, and then we can pipe the head. To color my royal icing into these bright colors, I used electric food colorings. And what's great about royal icing transfers is that you guys can make these ahead of time. That means days, weeks, even months in advance. Make sure that you store these in an airtight container away from direct sunlight, because direct sunlight, it tends to fade royal icing transfers over time. And before we can remove these from the wax paper, we have to let these dry completely. So once they're dry, you can either remove them right away, or you can do this extra step I'm going to do. I'm going to shade them with a gray petal dust and food only dry paintbrush. I'm just going along the bottom edge. Now to remove these, simply peel the wax paper away from your transfer, or you can pick them up like this, and there you have it. These are going to be our spiders. Now onto the cookies. So I'm using 15-second consistency royal icing, and I'm just gonna outline and flat the cookie. If you are new to cookie decorating and are not sure what 15-second consistency means, it basically means that when you run a spatula through royal icing, the line that the spatula creates is going to disappear within about 15 seconds. And you can learn more about different consistencies used in cookie decorating in my tutorial. I have a full video tutorial on YouTube, as well as detailed step-by-step tutorial on my blog, hanielas.com. I'm going to color these in a variety of bright colors, and then we're going to let the cookies dry completely. Now onto the airbrushing. I'm going to use one stencil. This is a polka dot, small polka dot stencil, and each cookie I'm going to airbrush with the corresponding colors. So I'm using pink, purple. I'm also going with partial stenciling, where just part of the cookie is going to be stenciled to give it a nice dramatic look. So you can really get creative with these designs. And now we're going to stencil with royal icing. Again, I'm using the same stencil. This is a small polka dot stencil. I'm going to stencil sections with black royal icing. I'm using a small spreader for this. You can also use a small spatula. And now onto those spider webs. So the next step is lots of piping. We're going to create different spiderweb designs. I'm using piping consistency royal icing. When piping designs like these, you don't want to overfill your piping bag. It's easier to pipe with smaller piping bag filled with less royal icing. You get more control. And now we can attach spider. And now we have to add the legs. So to make the legs, I'm using piping consistency and I'm making legs in sections. So basically each leg has 4 sections. If you are not sure how to pipe a spiderweb with royal icing, do an online search. Type in spiderweb templates or real spiderweb or cartoon spiderweb, and you'll get some ideas from there. And you can do a test run on a piece of wax paper first if you are not sure, and then pipe directly on a cookie. And that's how you can make these colorful pop art inspired spiderweb cookies for Halloween. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to let me know if you try this technique, and I'd love to see your pictures. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.